Italian ryegrass is a short-lived perennial, maybe a biennial. A lot of people just look at it as an annual. It's not the most difficult weed in the world to control, but it is our weed of the week, and we do want to show you how to stop it in different crops.
You know, when we think about soybeans and corn brand, with the options of Roundup and Liberty to spray some of these weeds, we don't see this diversity of weeds that we're trying to fight. We just see a few species. Italian ryegrass is not one. We can control it with Roundup, no problem.
Yes.
But when we get into crops like wheat, we were talking about that a little bit earlier in the show. Here's where the challenge comes.
All right, but before we get to the tough one of wheat, let's talk about the other ones just a little bit more. If you have soybeans, we really encourage you start with one of the yellows. So that would be trifluralin, Sonalan Prowl, post-emerge. Yes, you can use one of the graminicides, something like Select Max, Clethodim. Those are pretty good, but Roundup is certainly better, and Roundup's even much better than what Liberty would be as well.
And in corn, we'd start with one of the group 15s down. And again, post-emerge aren't as many options. Accent's not going to be the greatest thing in the world. You'd have to get it really, really small to control Italian ryegrass. So we do like having that Roundup or Liberty as an option.
All right, now let's talk about wheat. The challenge in wheat is we are finding some ALS-resistant Italian ryegrass. Well, most of the products that have activity in the non-ALS resistant ryegrass are ALS herbicides. So let's talk about Prepare. We mentioned that earlier in the show as a pre-emerge herbicide. Post-emerge, Everest 2.0, that's pretty decent. You could use Beyond in Clearfield wheat. So there are many ALS options for you on this Italian ryegrass.
However, what's really becoming more popular has been using a group 15. So if you're using an ALS, you can also use a group 15, something like Zidua or Anthem Flex. And now you've got a couple different modes of action. If you do have some ALS resistance out there, the group 15 will pick up the slack.
Yeah, I mentioned this earlier in the show, but I want to reiterate this. You have to spray that Zidua or Anthem Flex very late pre, so right before the wheat comes out of the ground or just as it's spiking. That's the ideal timing for spraying that group 15. Now post-emerge, if let's say your Italian ryegrass is ALS resistant, so you can't use Osprey or Everest 2.0 or something like that, you're pretty much stuck with Axial. Now Axial is not the greatest thing, but at least it will give you some suppression on Italian ryegrass.
As you can see, this weed of the week is easier to control in some crops like corn and soybeans than it certainly is in wheat, but it is a weed that we do have some options to stop on your farm.
Well, that's it for our Weed of the Week, but stay tuned. Iron Talk is coming up next.